So, computer programming is the process of designing and building any executable computer program to achieve your result or to achieve your specific task. Programming involves such as your analysis, generating the algorithms which we discussed, profiling the algorithms, their accuracy, their resource consumption, and the implementation of these algorithms in a manner of choosing your programming language. So now it's time to just see the book, what it says. Okay, and then in the last I will show you video regarding why most of the people fail to understand the programming. Okay, introduction. Today we are not going to just talk about it in more detail, and we will not cover much of the topics. It's the introduction, and it's very important topics, so we need to just cover it slowly so that you can understand it. Okay, introduction. A computer program is a set of instruction that is understood by a computer to perform your task. So, a computer program is what you give the instruction to it so that it can understand and perform the specific task. A person who writes computer program is known as a programmer. The person who writes your program in their computer system is known as a programmer. Computer processes instruction in a binary language. The process of their programming is done in a binary language, and binary language is a 0-1 language. Therefore, programs are written in programming languages. So that's why it isn't necessary to, if you want to run your programming, it needed to be run in a manner of programming languages. Computer cannot understand the language you speak. It has its specific instructions which the system can take. Programming languages have a specific set of words called syntax. So programming languages have some of these specific words so that the PC can understand. These specific words are called syntax to create those instructions to carry your command. Specialized programs such as compilers are used to convert set of syntaxes into a set of machine readable instructions. So these important kinds of programmers such as a compiler are used to convert your syntaxes. Syntaxes is some kind of a the language you want to create, and the system that can understand it, then it converts into a machine readable form so that the instruction can be carried out by the EPC. It requires an interface to convert commands from a human user. What it requires is an interface that converts your command from the human user. Human user is the person who gives the command, and whatever instruction he or she gives. A programmer can make mistake in syntaxes while writing a program or instruction. Yes, this is where the error is coming. A programmer can make millions of mistakes in syntax while if he or she is writing a program or instruction. Other specialized programs known as integrated development environments help programmers write programs in various languages. There are some kind of a specialized programs which is known as the integrated development environment, which helps the programmers to write programs in different languages. C++ is one of the most common and the powerful general purpose programming language. Now the C++ is the most common and usable powerful tool for the programming languages. All programming languages have certain concept about the rule of syntax, reserved words, and data type. So each and every programming languages have their own concept about the rules and the regulation for the syntaxes, reserved words, some of the specific words, and the data types. Okay, now first of all I need to show you the link. About the programming, what it is.
Hundreds and hundreds of messages. People asking me how to learn the code, telling me their plan for learning the code, saying they got super inspired. But unfortunately, a lot of these people, they never make it. Now, it's not because they're not smart enough, but I strongly believe it's because they've fallen into one of four traps. Now, these are mistakes that if you can avoid them, the only thing that stands between you in that programming career is being distracted with YouTube videos like this. Just one more though. In this video, I'm going to talk about those 4 tracks, how you can successfully avoid them, and I'm going to try to give you a unique perspective and unique insights that you can't find in other videos by giving you my opinion as a programmer for, at this point, close to 4 years. Anyway, let's get right into it with the first track. So you've heard the analogy of your brain being a computer before, and okay, hardware is important, but more important I think is your operating system, that is your mindset. Now, I first found out about this concept from this guy, Henry Ford. You might be familiar with him, he's a self-help guy, and he didn't invent this concept, but it is growth versus fixed mindset. Now, growth mindset is what you want, where you're focusing on how much better you're getting at something every day instead of how good you currently are. So if you look over the past week, how good were you on Monday versus Friday? That's really what you should be focusing on, because if you do that, it's just a matter of time before you get closer and closer to where you actually want to be. I'll give you an example. I'm learning Russian right now, and at first I was just trying to say I like, and it's мне нравится, and I couldn't remember it. But then I finally got it, and I realized, hey, now that I know this, I'm gonna know it forever. And I just have this in my vocabulary. So it's the same with coding. Once you know how to reverse a linked list or traverse on the DOM with JavaScript, you just have that skill now, and no one's gonna take it away from you. So growth mindset, super important first thing, and it's gonna get more interesting, don't worry. Now the next trap that you've almost certainly heard of is called tutorial hell. I prefer to call it the tutorial treadmill mode. It's where you keep running, doing tutorial after tutorial, and you're not going anywhere. You're in the same place, and your enthusiasm just slowly goes down. You get discouraged because you feel like it's too hard. But I'm here to tell you that you haven't actually gotten any closer to mastery until you write your first line of code without help. I'll say that again. Until you actually write a line of code, not copy it, then you're still at square one. So that's why I encourage people to get into sites like Code Wars absolutely as soon as possible, because that's when the learning starts. And people feel like they're learning because they've watched 100 hours of tutorials, and then they go on Code Wars and they click on the easiest problem. And that's because you're still a baby in code years until you start writing code. It's so simple, but so many people don't understand this. So just start writing code today. Do Code Wars. Start doing projects, even if they're too hard, and you'll get there faster than you think. Alright, let's talk about trap number 3, which is not choosing niche. So a lot of programming YouTubers would say, don't focus on specific technology, focus on general programming skills, and fun. So I don't necessarily agree. I think here's why. Companies are fundamentally hiring you to solve a business need. And if you can't do that, they're going to have to train you from scratch. Okay, you'll have the foundation of programming, but if you can't solve the problem from day one and someone else can, why are they going to hire you? Just think about it. What do I mean by niche and how you choose it? Well, a lot of people focus on programming as a whole. That's way too broad. You can go down to something like JavaScript or Python. That's still too broad though. What you really need to do is keep going deeper. So go into JavaScript, go deeper into React, and then start building React web apps with Next.js, and that'll be your niche stack. So now, any company that uses React, and especially Next.js on top of that, they're going to see you, and you're going to be the perfect fit. So just from a marketing perspective, and from an actual value that you can create perspective, going very specific on your stack, very specific within your niche, is actually going to help you a lot. Be the DevOps guy, be the AWS expert who writes the sickest deployment scripts and has a tattoo of all AWS services. Another example, don't just be the backend guy or the Python guy, be the Django specialist who is so good at Django, you can start pushing code on Git. Final note on this trap, this is a little bit less true with large tech companies because they have the resources to train you. But the smaller the company gets, the more you're going to need to know how they gate, because they can't waste their time and money on you. And it's the most true when you freelance, because the client is definitely not going to train you. You have to be able to save them. Now finally, trap number 4 is trying to do it alone. And there's a reason why people are willing to pay so much for college or code boot camp, and that's to get into a community of like-minded communities, because without that, college is it's just a library. It's more people reading your book. Anyway, these institutions are really expensive, but the community is invaluable. It's really good. On the other end of the spectrum, you have free forums and communities. You have things like Stack Overflow, Reddit, and you have open course communities like Harvard CS50 and Join, and people are doing the same course. But the problem with these is, and it might be because they're free, maybe not, but people aren't really invested in the community. So they come one day, they go one day, they sign up, they never do it, that kind of thing. So it can be kind of watered down with these people who are just trying to either extract value and not give it back, or they're just very ephemeral. The final option, which is kind of in the middle, community-wise, is a course that is going to have a strong group attached to it. So I'll give you just a few examples of communities I've joined. The first one is called Visualize Value. I took this design course from this guy on Twitter, Jack Butcher, and I joined this community. People are just making great connections with it, getting feedback, and it's super active, and a few hundred people. The other one I've done is Parker Wallbeck here on YouTube. A guy who does filmmaking. I joined his full-time filmmaker program and learned so much from people posting in his community, and actually it seems like people are getting more value from the community in the course. And of course there's a ton more, but this is something I feel is super valuable, so much so that I'm creating my own community for freelance developers, which also has a program to successful freelance developer, and really focusing on the e-commerce niche, but also learning development. So I won't push it too much, but if you want to learn more, check out the description. I'm teaming up with a partner too. Alright guys, those are the 4 traps you definitely want to avoid when you're learning to code. And if you make those mistakes, you'll be in pretty good shape. And hopefully you'll be the success story. Alright, if you learned something, hit the like button if you don't mind, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, so let me tell you one thing regarding programming, that you need to do the practice, as this speaker have already mentioned that practice makes a man perfect. So if you are doing the programming first and you want to have a good grip on it, so you need to do a practice a lot, and you should not do it alone. You should be partnered with someone so that you can understand each and everything. And it is necessary, so it is necessary to do the programming. Nowadays it is high in demand, and I'm going to cover the topics little by little because the topics are very important programming. So it is better if I just take baby steps rather than just explaining each and everything in just one flow. So if there is any other query, so you can ask me, and you need to do a little homework. You need to write something regarding what is programming in your fair copy. Write whatever you have got from all this concept about whatever I am saying you in this whole recording. You need to just write whatever you have understood from the word of programming and just fair it in your copy. This is the homework for today. Okay. Okay. So this is the homework. I am just showing you right now here what is programming, and then fair it in your copy. This is all for today.